who is in the studio with us today. So anyway, David.
This is my natural TV face.
Yeah, that's it. Doesn't get any better. So David, the Cowboys are back, baby.
They are back for a few days, sure. Let's see what you're saying after the Atlanta game. But if you want to go with their back, let's go with that. The difference, I think that, and I think you actually saw elements of this in the Tennessee game. And we talked about it, how the passing game was starting to look a little bit more efficient. And I think this was the most balanced their offense has been all year. I think, while it's only a 2-game sample size, and I understand you shouldn't draw any overriding conclusions from that. It appears Amari Cooper's really made a significant impact positively on this offense. He's come in. I think he goes beyond the numbers of the 2 games. I think he has like 11 catches for 133 yards and a touchdown. But 10 of those receptions have gone for first downs, which already puts him second on the team for the season in just those 2 games as far as receivers.
That's remarkable.
In the number of receptions going for first downs. Dak Prescott has completed 70% of his passes in these last 2 games. He was operating at 62.1% before Amari Cooper came in. And, look, there are a lot of elements that go into third down conversions, but part of it is you have to have players out there who you need to account for whether or not they get the ball, and that usually improves your third down conversion rate. Well, the Cowboys were converting third downs at a dreadful 31.8%. Before Amari Cooper got here. Since Amari Cooper's gotten here, they're at 48.1%. So I think he has brought a little bit balance to this offense and a threat.
In a game where Connor Williams did not even play, their starting left guard, in a game where they're still continuing to miss Travis Frederick, and in a game where Zach Martin missed a portion of it, at least, with a
13 snaps.
13 snaps, a knee problem. That Zeke Elliott had one of his best games of the year, or his best game of the year. So, they were having all these troubles before with their offensive line, and their running game is going nowhere. And in that game, even though Zeke looked terrific, I don't think there's any question that you saw running lanes in that game. You did not see running lanes in some of these other games. And I have to believe that's because this team, when you're watching on TV, you're not seeing the all 22, so you don't know exactly what the secondary looks like. But it certainly seems like that they were not able to load the box.
I was talking to Sean Lee, and he was talking about how impressive Leighton is, that he knew his playbook, and really, when he went into training camp, he knew exactly where he needed to be on every play. And Sean Lee was talking about how unusual that was. And he's actually, he spent a lot of time helping Leighton Vander Esch, because Leighton Vander Esch wants to be helped, and he wants to be a special player in this league.
I think there are players on this defense. I think they're young, and I think that they don't have a lot of experience, but I think they have a lot of talent, and we haven't seen that kind of talent on this defense in a long time. Not the number of players. Before, when Rob Marinelli was making some inroads with this defense, it was a lot of smoke and mirrors. And I think you're seeing a lot less of that now. I think these are just guys who can make plays. So that's the thing that tells me that this Cowboys team has underachieved, because they certainly have players on offense. We know that. They've got now, if you count Travis Frederick, that is three first-round picks in the offensive line, a first-round pick at running back, and a first-round pick at wide receiver now. So that's 5 first-round picks on the offense. And then you look over on the defense and look at what all those guys are now doing that we've already spelled out and the kind of seasons that they're having. I don't know that there's a lot of teams in the league that can say we have this much balance, potentially. Now, it hasn't been put out there every week. They haven't done it every week. But that's, to me, some of the indictment of Jason Garrett is that when are you going to put this together? Because this game in Philadelphia, I think, is closer to being what the Cowboys really are than what they showed against Tennessee.
It's the same thing year after year with this team.
That's
we're
true.
Waiting until week 12, week 13, week 14 to find out who this team is.
Yeah.
And it's like they don't ever. I mean, there was more desperation of their play calling this past week than there was previously.